Hello, and welcome back to the 3 Moon live stream, everybody. It's Friday. Happy Friday. It is Friday, September 16th, 2022, and we are kicking back into a regular stream as we usually do around this time. 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific is when I typically start. We're going to be continuing our current game that we're playing on stream, or current main game, which is Pokemon Red in the original Game Boy. However, we are doing 2 things differently. We're playing a randomized version of Pokemon Red that includes Pokemon all the way up to Generation 6, which is X and Y. We've shuffled trainer sprites, music, because there's all sorts of weird like demakes and cool extra songs included in here, including music from Pokemon trading card game. Items that you see in the overworld, TMs, TM compatibility, Pokemon moves, Pokemon gym leader, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. So we've actually gotten pretty far. The other thing we're doing that's a little different is we're taking on the Nuzlocke challenge. It's not that different from my channel, but different from a regular playthrough. And basically that means that the goal is to beat the Elite Four, as always, get all the gym badges, and beat the champion. However, we have to follow these 3 rules. We can only catch the first Pokemon we encounter in each new area. If our Pokemon faints, it's considered dead, and we have to release it and never use it on the team. And if all of our Pokemon faint, then it's a game over. Well, right now, we did have some losses in the last stream, and this is part 7 if you're watching on YouTube. But right now, we have 4 Pokemon on the team. We need to do some training. We were able to actually skip ahead and go straight to Blaine's gym instead of taking on Pokemon Mansion because we got lucky and some of the key items are randomized. We found the secret key to Cinnabar Gym in Mount Moon way back in the playthrough. So we've only got 4 Pokemon to choose from. However, we've got 4 Pokemon that are pretty beefy, 2 of them being our legendary birds equivalents. And we'll do a quick team recap in just a sec, but I hope you had an awesome Friday. Friday is my Monday, so it's usually quite a busy start to the week. But yeah, I hope you are all safe, healthy, and enjoying your Friday. It won't be long. Enjoy some relaxing music from the Super Nintendo, and we will be back with some Pokemon Red Game Boy Randomizer Nuzlocke Part 7. Stick around. If you're curious, this music comes from Terranigma on the Super Nintendo. should be able to hear me and see the game, and let me know if it's too loud. I can also give you more volume if you want. Just want to make sure it's balanced. And yeah, this is it. This is Pokemon Red. It's been quite some time since I've revisited Pokemon Red, and it's been pretty fun to go back and really just gain a newfound appreciation for many of the quality of life improvements that they've made over the years in Pokemon games, as well as even just the jump from Generation 1 to 2. Hopefully there's no issues with lag or anything like that. Let me know if there's any issues with audio cutting out or sort of getting choppy, I guess. Oh, it looks like this guy's using the PC. It gets in the way. Anyways, we're going to take a look at our team. We don't have any Pokemon to take a look at in our PC, which is quite normal for when we do runs of this game on my channel. However, the PC system in Generation 1, one great example of the quality of life improvements, is just so awful. It's just so difficult to get around. The UI is difficult. You have to deposit a Pokemon to be able to even see what you have in the box. So we've been releasing Pokemon, which is not normally what I do when I do a Nuzlocke, but that's okay. I like to look back at the Pokemon we had on our team. Right now we've just got 4. Let's look at who we have on our team currently. We don't have our starter. Our starter choices were Combee, Mienfoo, and Lillipup. And we ended up getting Mienfoo with random number generation. We got a second chance at a Mienfoo in Celadon City. But we don't have our starter. The Pokemon we've had the longest on the team is actually one that we picked up for 500 coins at the game corner, named Oiho Amano. And what Pokemon is this? It is Arceus, the number 1, the god of the Pokemon world. I've never used this Pokemon outside of this game before, which is really funny. I've never had Arceus on my team. Look at these stats, though. Beefy stats. Even for the old school games. It came with all normal moves, which, of course, our Pokemon Red doesn't have items that you can hold, so Arceus can't change into different types, because normally Arceus can actually become any type using a specific plate item that you give the held item to Arceus, and then it will become a different type other than normal. Well, we can't really do that. Same with Castform. Castform, which was in our team at one point, who unfortunately lost at the end of the last stream. Castform normally changes type based on the weather. Well, there's no weather in this. So anything with abilities, anything with items, anything related to weather, it gets like kiboshed, I guess. But over time, we were able to teach some decent moves. We've got Moonblast, which is Fairy type, and yes, Fairy, Steel, and Dark type are in this game. We've got Strength, Body Slam, and Surf. It already had Strength. Our next Pokemon is Downwoops. Downwoops, recent catch. This is a Lillipup, even though it wasn't our starter Lillipup. And we ended up going to Seafoam Islands, and this was the Articuno that we found. Essentially, our Articuno equivalent. So we did the whole puzzle in Seafoam Islands at the end of the last stream. And waiting for us was actually a trainer sprite, which was pretty funny. It looked like a bug catcher. We went and talked to the bug catcher, and it was a Lillipup. So we got a chance at a different starter. An okay moveset, actually. Besides Petal Dance doing damage to us and thrashing about, it's actually pretty decent. And in one level, we'll evolve into Herdier, and another level will evolve into Stoutland. All 3 of these Pokemon are normal type in that animation line. We also have Skagzid, which was another Pokemon that we just picked up. So we were just in Cinnabar, and we were able to, first off, the key items are randomized, so it is possible to get multiple of a key item. For example, we've gotten 2 Super Rods, one from the person who gives us Super Rod, but one for beating the second gym leader. Instead of a TM, we got a Super Rod. So we ended up fishing right in the gym. That also happened with Oak's Parcel. We found Oak's Parcel at the beginning of the game, but then we also found a second Oak's Parcel, which is in our PC right now, in one of the rooms or dorm rooms in SSN on the ship. We also found HM2 Fly, as a hidden item in the underground path, but we also got HM2 Fly again, and where you're supposed to get it in the game. So basically, key items and things like that, they kind of fuse into one. So if you get multiples of them, you can only really use one. Like the game is only expecting there to be one dome fossil, for example. Well, we found another dome fossil, as well as the one that we picked up in Mount Moon. We also found another Old Amber. The original Old Amber, which is in the back of the Pewter City Museum, that's fine, we got that one. But the second one, we ended up depositing into the PC as well with the first Old Amber, and I thought I was going to get two, but we ended up just getting one. Old Amber is what got us, normally in the original game, Pterodactyl, but in this game, Celebi. That's right, Skagzid is our very own Psychic Grass legendary from Generation 2. Instead of getting an Aerodactyl, we got ourselves a Psychic Grass with Fly, Outrage, and Fire Blast. That's pretty cool. Level 32, not too bad, not too bad. I think we got it at level 30. And then we did also revive the Dome Fossil. We got our second Dome Fossil and actually didn't deposit into the PC and tried. We actually revived both Dome Fossils, but they were the same Pokemon. It was a Cophagrigus, which is a pretty fantastic thing to find, a fossilized, mummified ghost. That's just pretty badass in general. We did lose it, unfortunately, at the end of the stream, so we only have one of our fossils. And lastly, we did do the power plant. We were lucky and we found a Shift Tree and a Sharpedo outside of and inside the power plant, but we lost both of them. We had a lot of losses in the last stream. However, we encountered our Zapdos, another level 50, would-be legendary, and our Zapdos this time around ended up being straight from the past, from our Pokemon Emerald run, our original starter in Pokemon Emerald from just several months ago, Barbecue the Kabutops, back in our party through time, through space and time. Rock Water type. It already had Flash, we taught it Fly, and it has Energy Ball and Ice Beam. So, pretty interesting moveset. Obviously, if it's our Fly user, I just picture this thing floating or levitating like a Dragon Ball Z character, and we're just sitting on its head, like a seat. Same with this, we got a built-in seat, we just sit on Arceus's head while it's swimming. It's pretty funny stuff. So this is a pretty decent team. I mean, think about it. Arceus, Celebi, level 50 Kabutops, and then, yes, we have Lillipup, but we'll soon be Stoutland. It's not a bad place to be in. We are in a bad place in terms of there's no backups. So we lose these Pokemon, this is all we've got. Also, I did turn on one extra little option when we randomized this, and it was carry over the Pokemon levels from the gym leaders of Pokemon Yellow. So, we know at least what levels we're going to deal with. We did just take on Sabrina in Saffron City, who had 3 level 50s. We did just defeat Blaine. And when I say we took on Sabrina and Blaine, they weren't Sabrina and Blaine. They were just Gym Leader number 6 and Gym Leader number 7. Because all the trainer sprites, all the trainers, they're all shuffled. Our very first Pokemon gym trainer or gym leader was a Super Nerd, or a Pokemaniac. Our second one was a Juggler and had, I guess not Juggler, a Pokemon Tamer that had a whip. Our Professor was also a Pokemon Tamer and like circus performer, basically. So we did not have Professor Oak in this game. However, Professor Oak was a rival of ours who's shown up many times and has been basically chasing us through the game. Essentially, we've had many battles with Oak in this, which is cool. So it's sort of like an alternate reality, alternate quantum dimension of Kanto. Quanto, how about that? Welcome to the region of Quanto. Not quite Kanto or Kanto. Giovanni is who we should be taking on next. Oh, by the way, Lance is the head of Team Rocket in this. But Giovanni is normally the head of Team Rocket. It's who you normally take on in Gym 8. So I expect Lance to be the gym leader here. Normally in Pokemon Yellow, we've got a level 50 Dugtrio, a level 53 Persian, a level 53 Nidoqueen, a 55 Nidoking, and a 55 Rhydon. So you've got some pretty epic Pokemon here. Rhydon, fun fact, is the first Pokemon the entire team ever sketched out or drew or designed in concept art. So I think it's really suiting that the final Pokemon on his team is the first one they designed. However, those are some pretty beefy levels. Yes, it's only 5 Pokemon, but all of them are pretty much higher than what we've got. That means we got some training to do, but we also have the Pokemon Mansion to explore. So we're going to check out the Pokemon Mansion to start and go from there. Oh, quite the intro. You know what? Didn't take that long. Didn't take that long. I like to give recaps like this, especially when we're doing this, because I don't know if you've been watching this entire time. I appreciate those that have been watching from the very beginning, but sometimes people jump into the stream right now or just at the end of a run. It builds anticipation, and you know, whenever we beat a Nuzlocke, I do Discord polls to choose which version we're going to play next. I'm happy to play a version I've played before. We've only ever beat one Nuzlocke challenge before this, and I'm actually stoked. I feel like we could do this, but remember that at any time something could go wrong. At any moment, so we don't know. We just gotta keep our fingers crossed. Oh, the good old days of swimming right here. And trying to find and glitch out. Missing no. Or duplicate my items. Now, as you can see, Magnezone's sprite is pretty great. It's just pretty. Magnezone's sprite is pretty. Your hair is pretty. Your face is pretty. I sound like a robot. Okay, let's just fire blast this shit out of this. Celebi basically is the forest witch Pokemon. We're talking about edible Pokemon. Celebi is based off of an onion. It's considered the grass onion Pokemon, so if you need aromatics, Farfetch'd and Celebi, perfect. Oh wait, are we talking about eating Pokemon again? What happened? What the hell? This is music actually from the trading card game, I believe. It's just some really cool little mixes of music that you find here in this hack. I'm totally down to like even run another seed of Pokemon Red again, because I'm just like, I'm feeling it. And you know what? One thing I noticed in the original Generation 1 is that it's a lot harder to run into wild Pokemon, and it's a lot less often in the water than it is in wild grass. And I think that in later games, they've made it pretty much the equal, like an equal amount of wild encounters happen in both water or in grass. But look at this. I'm not doing anything specific to avoid Pokemon. We don't have a super repel on. How many times can we friggin' loop this and not run into a Pokemon? It's pretty interesting. Clamperl. Not the clam Pokemon we're expecting. Pow. Oh yo Homono, let's go. Oh. We can absolutely take an attack from a Clamperl. So of course this is not going to be the place we want to train. Oh, hello there. Cinnabar James Blaine is an odd man who's lived here for decades. We did come in here and get an encounter already, so we lost our chance at it. Haha, cute sprite. You'll notice that even Generation 2 Pokemon have redone sprites, and they've kind of demade them in the style of Pokemon Yellow, which I really appreciate. Skagsit. Petal Dance isn't going to do much on us. We grass. Oh, we grass. You know what they say with Celebi? Grass, grass, a grass. Rides on free. Now we don't need to really complete this location. Yeah, I love the Sharpedo sprite. We don't need to like complete or clear this whole location out because we've already got the secret key and the badge. That's the whole reason why you do it. Just want to get some experience, and this is actually not bad in terms of a place for experience. There are some battles in here as well in the Pokemon Mansion. This is in the original game where you learn that the Pokemon world has a little bit of a connection, at least a direct connection to the real world, like our world, which is kind of nice. Obviously we all know, I mean maybe you don't know, but Kanto is based off of a particular region in Japan, the original Kanto region, and same with Johto. And other regions have been sort of based off of different areas. So you have like an American region, which is Pokemon Black and White, and Black 2 and White 2, which is, I think the region is Unova. You have Kalos is very much based on France. And then, of course, the new region of Paldea is clearly based off of Spain, with a little bit of Portugal in there as well. Which I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and skip Alola. Of course, Alola is based off of the Hawaii Islands, the different Hawaiian islands, and Sword and Shield is based off of the UK. So a lot of really cool little references and stuff with each region. However, one thing that I think is really funny, sorry, I just got a message from work. One thing that I think is really funny is something I read earlier today. Someone was referring to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as Scarvio, and I was like, yes, it needs to happen. Forever. Not SCVI or FRLG like Fire Red, Leaf Green. Scarvio. I love it. So I can't wait till Scarvio comes out. We'll see just how faithful to Spain it really is. I guess instead of swish, as a lot of people would say for Sword and Shield, swish, you could say swoshi. Swoshi. Oh, are you talking about Sword and Shield? You talking about swoshi? I think that's how some people are actually shortening Scarlet and Violet. But it doesn't work with every game. I mean, like would Gold and Silver be Golsil? It just doesn't work. Ruby Sapphire Rusap. It doesn't quite work with every single one. It just works with Scarvio. Oh jeez. I've seen a lot of Registeels very, very recently. Sorry, I'm just getting some messages from work. Alright, things are going fine. Things are going fine. I don't want to take the risk. I mean, I could Fire Blast and hope that it lands. Nope, see, it's a risk. It is a risk. It might be riskier to switch out to any of our other Pokemon, though, because Jump Kick is going to destroy both Barbecue and Oiho. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I'm really Bimson, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I'm really Bimson, yeah. I guess I'm freaking Bimson, yeah. What best tool do you have to get rid of a crab than a barbecue? Whoop. Let's do it. Toasted. Thunder punching us with a fin. Oh yeah. Yes, we landed it. It's kind of risky because it is bug poison, which is actually effective against us. Both are effective against us. Down whoops. Let's go. Barbecue that confused crab while it's confused. Go, 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 go. Get it while it's confused. Yeah, yeah. Get crabbed. Get crabbed. Bet you didn't think I had a flying barbecue. It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little dirty. It's still good. What the? Who the? Just a second, folks. I'm just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. What the frick? There we go. There's my coffee. Jeez, I'm just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. I'm just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. I'm the one doing that. Let's go. Look at his face. Furret. So my cousin growing up actually always pronounced it Ferget for some reason when we played Pokemon Stadium 2. My little cousin, he was always like, let's Ferget. Look, it's Ferget. He's my favorite. And I was just it bugged me so much. I just wanted to look at him and be like, there is no G. Show me the G. Show me the G. There's no G. I forget. I forget where the G is. Fuming. I was just a kid, but I was like, nope. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here swooshing and goal-silling and roosapping in the chat. I mean, who am I to judge? Forget about it. A secret switch. Well, now everybody knows about it. Press it. Ooh. Is it Vice Grip that could potentially one-hit KO? Let's quickly look into this. No, it deals damage with no additional effect. In Generation 1 to 5, it's considered Vice Grip, and then they added a space. Who cares? It was the original signature move for Pinsir back in the day, but then, since then, it's actually not an Oko move. It does 55 power, 100% accuracy, so that's good. But since Generation 1, they've actually given this one move that was specifically just for Pinsir to Clink, Clang, and Clink Clang, which is interesting. I guess it makes sense because real Vice Grips are kind of like gear-like, I guess, or they've got like the gear-like teeth. Durant, Clauncher, Clawitzer, Grubbin, Charjabug, and Vikavolt, which is an interesting one, but it kind of makes sense for Vikavolt. And Regidrago, which is the Regice, Regirock, Registeel Dragon-type Pokemon that just... It looks pretty badass, actually, to be honest. I really like the design. I haven't really played much of the game. Yeah, it came out in Swoshi, so... Oh, I love that. Swoshi, get out of here. Get out of my face. Swoshi. Oh, a couple punching moves from this shark. Energy Ball is a super viable move. Oh, we found Beyonce's album. One of Beyonce's albums. Oh yeah, there's what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Not that. Not that. We're in grind mode. What the? Oh! Hold on, no! It has Twin Needle, and it landed them and did way too much damage, but of course it's gonna do that much damage. It's a bug type. It's Grass Psychic, right? Like, we're Grass Psychic. Blech. 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 Bleh. Blah. Not cool. Not cool. So, none of our fossils are on our team now. None of the actual Pokemon that were fossil Pokemon. So dumb. The game is like, nah, you don't need that many Pokemon. Not cool, we only have 3 Pokemon in our party, so hopefully we won't lose this run, cause we've done like 9 streams already. Well, Bill, well sir, we're gonna have to get rid of that Skagzid right away. Got yourself a case of the Skagzids. You wanna get rid of that Skagzid? It's gone forever. There you go. Well, right now this is a new route. So first encounter here. I think there's only one route here between us and Pallet Town, so this is going to be our only encounter before we go to Victory Road. Who's it going to be? Oh yes! Let's do this. Let's revive the Pokemon anime. I think Kingler was one of the Pokemon that Ash Ketchum brought into the Indigo Plateau in the Pokemon League pretty early on. It's a level 10. It's not great to be a level 10 here, which means we can't really attack it. It's a Comet Punch. Yeah, we definitely can't attack it. Decent moveset, it's not bad. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, with your screeching and your sharpening. There we go. I knew what would happen. Definitely possible to catch a full health Kingler at level 10 with a Great Ball. Of course, it's not going to actually give us the proper Pokemon classification or Pokedex entry, but Kingler is pure water type. It's the Pinsir Pokemon. Still one of my favorite designs for a crab Pokemon. I actually really like the design for Cloth coming out in Scarvio. I'm doing it. I'm committing to that, by the way. Cloth looks great. I think it's cool. It's a land crab. One of my favorite designs also is Crawdont. I really like the evolution, the fully evolved Crawdont. So, yep, we got Kingler. It is not the tiny turtle, it is the Pinsir Pokemon. It normally evolves from Krabby at level 28. And the larger Pinsir has 10,000 horsepower strength. However, it is so heavy, it's also very difficult to aim. One claw grew massively and is hard as steel. And it can hardly lift its massive overgrown Pinsir. That's it. That's basically all it says for it. Every single Pokedex entry is the same thing. It waves its huge claw in the air to communicate with other Kinglers. However, because the claw is so heavy, this Pokemon quickly tires. So that's about as creative as they could get with it. Well, we do have names in the queue, folks, so let's go take a look at our trusty name queue. For 420 Moonstones throughout this entire playthrough, you can redeem and name a Pokemon that you like. This is Noom underscore PU3, Noom Pew. So this is Noom. Noom is the name of one of our weird AI cursed, AI generated emotes in our Discord. So this is basically 3-up moon backwards. We don't have threes. There actually aren't numbers in this, so I'm gonna name it Noom Pew. It's as close to a 3 as we can get. So this is Noom Pew. This was redeemed by Zombie Paper. The next Pokemon that we catch is going to be in Indigo Plateau, but we have 1 and 2 names in the queue currently, if you're curious. Let's take a look at our Noom Pew. I'm down with this. It would have been great to still have Celebi, and then that would have been a team of 5 to level up here. This is not going to be a quick level up for this Pokemon here, but Mega Kick, Sharpen, Comet Punch, Waterfall, those are some great moves. I can't complain. Right now I'm in a triathlon meet, so fight me. It's a multi-genre triathlon. It's actually a musical triathlon, so you start off as a rocker, then you start off as a punker, then you start off as a skanker. First third of your album has to be rock, the second third of your album has to be punk. And the third has to be ska. Oh, look at that holding on. Leo holding on. Get out of here. I want to say thanks to the folks that were hanging out yesterday and the folks that raided. We got a bunch of raids. Thank you again to Team Wildwood, Saber underscore 544, and Amunet Sokti. I really appreciate it. Pant, pant, pant. Shirt, shirt, shirt. Short, short, short. Sock, sock, sock. Ledian. Great sprite for Ledian. Not very effective. Still doing too much damage to us, though. No, thank you. Great sprite for Nuzleaf as well. Yes. It's a crit too, that's perfect. Worked out very well. If we play this right, we can get 1 level per Pokemon that we kill. At least for the first little bit. For Noom here. Registeel has Jump Kick, hopefully this thing doesn't. Okay, good. Hell yeah, just picture this tiny little dog karate chopping a massive, like, kaiju ice golem monument creature. It's just hilarious. This tiny little paw. But it's certainly the type of level that would create this kind of reaction. Holy shit! The sprite is getting a little better. The sprite is getting a little better. We got it. That's a funny little bug. Let's take a look. Oh, that would have been cool to get. Love the design for Torterra. Just always have. Very Discworld. You can sort of see it, but here. You see the Discworld map in my background? I'm always looking at the map of Discworld. Pretty funny. Did we get it? Did we get it? Can you read it? Can you read it? Come on, you almost got it. Is that the perfect spot? No, almost there, you got it. There we go. It's still not perfect. That bugs me. No. OCD. OCD. It's hard to like perfectly get the Torterra text to be visible, but that's okay. This is risky. It's level 15, I know, but it's risky. See how much damage Absorb just did to us? It's kind of wild. A level 15 did that much damage to a level 51. Noom Pew wants to learn Spore. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Instead of Sharpen? Yep. Yeah, I realize Sharpen could be a good strat as well too, but... Oh. Yes. I caught all my Pokemon at sea. Well, let's see. Let's see what you caught in the ocean. Just one of them. And it was a Landorus. What is this, Wind Waker? I always thought Tornadus and Landorus and stuff, they remind me a lot of those two sort of cloud-riding frogs from Wind Waker. I'm not sure if they're called the Sages or something like that, but if you remember the frogs, you could learn their spells on the Wind Waker. They always remind me of that. These sprites lean more into it too, it's just pretty funny. Whoa, low kick, that's not good. Surf it. Surf him. Diver down. Double dwibble. Oh, pizza delivery, guys. Don't scare away the fish. So long and don't scare away the fish. Fishing with a ghost mask. It's a good strat. Make sure to wear your ghost mask when you fish. Make sure to wear your ghost mask. This might be a good call. Because it's ground electric, I think, Heliolisk. There we go. Surf almost did it. Almost did it in one hit. Alright. Again, just trying to take on the battles in this area. I'm not really trying to take on... Like, we can't catch any more Pokemon here, right? So... Ooh, thank you. Thank you for getting rid of that lurk bot. Dee da do 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 dee. What's wrong with me swimming? Nobody said anything. Really? Did we just have a whole audience of just lurk bots and mods? Well, cool. Lorelei is just hanging out. Good thing that means we don't have to fight her in the Elite Four. She took out our Scooty in our Pokemon Fire Red run recently. Our Scolipede. No! It surfed us. We should be able to hold on to that, though. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're like level 19, but still. I was like, ooh, new people. Oh, no, they're just bots. The Pancham Sprite. Oh, it's fighting in dark. It's got X scissor. Okay, good. Good. Clean swoop. Not a sweep, but a swoop. Oh, it has high jump kick. What the hell? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. No. No. How? Fuck that. People. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Please miss. Please miss. Pedal dance. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Noon Pew. Goodbye. The universe is telling us to use just these 3 Pokemon. We don't exactly have a max potion or anything like that, do we? Lemonade. That's better than nothing. It's gonna use Outrage, which we're totally fine with. Moonblast will take this thing on in 1 hit. Oh my. Wow. 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 Bye-bye, Kingler. You are not on the team long, let me tell you. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. This is part of the same route, that grass where the Kingler is, so we can't actually... It was either we would choose the grass or we would choose the water, and we chose the water. It's all the same route. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just these 2 left. Right? Yep. A Weedle? What the? What the? Level 20. Yeah, worms to that. Worms to that. Oh, shit. Muck does have Thunder. Thankfully, we've taken it with 1 Surf. Muna. Nice throwback to a Pokemon we had on the team, and good thing we got Shadow Punch. I do really like Downwhoops' moveset. It's quite diversified. Diversify before you versify. Before you lursify. Absorb's gonna do a ton. Not today. Moltres. Literally just hanging out here with a legendary bird. Okay. Yes. Munchlax, we're going to switch out to Downwhoops. Karate chop it right in the face. Boom, right in half. Right in half. If you're one of our followers, drop that Snorlax emote. And then cut it in half. The leap. I actually don't know how you'd cut it in half, but... Ooh. Darn Magikarp! That's what he calls us, Moltres. Hope you're doing well, Eddie. I hope that you're settling into your new space. Because that was not a easy drive. Or an easy transition. Is not an easy transition, because I don't know how far you are into it, but... Hope you and your partner can find some, like, moments of solace and relaxation. Baniri. Funnily enough, we got a fairy mouth. Oh, so close. Almost one-shot it. Not quite there. This might actually be okay. Using Sludge on the Zubat. I know it's poison type, but... It's just gonna... okay. That's not good. Okay, I want to fly to Cinnabar because I feel like we can buy the best items there. Like the Pokemart inventory in Viridian is a little lacking. Alright, what do we need? What do we need? Not those. I will definitely take some full heals. Maybe 5 of them for now. We definitely don't need Hyper Potions, so where can we get Super Potions? Oh, maybe we need Hyper Potions. Maybe we need Hyper Potions. Let's just do it. We're in a situation where we have 3 Pokemon left. I just feel like they're too expensive, but we can afford it. How about 25? Seems about right. Can we sell anything that we don't need right now? Just an Ice Heal. What do we got for full heals? 32, yeah, let's sell the Ice Heal. Alright. Folks, I'm just gonna close the window because people tend to drive big trucks around this time. And fuck big trucks. Fack them. Fack them all. That's right. You heard me. Alright, let's fly this shit out of here. Let's fly this shit right out of here. We're on the road to Viridian. Where should we actually train? There's got to be a good spot for it. Or do we just go? Do we just go for it? It seems a bit nuts. We have kind of just... We did just dive in when we took on the 6th and the 7th gym badge. Maybe a little haphazardly, which is why we lost so many Pokemon. I don't know if going in with like 3 level 50 or 51 Pokemon is a good idea against a level 50, 53, 53, 55, and 55. It's possible. We could do it. But otherwise, where would you go to train? Because this game doesn't have the Versus Seeker. You can't rematch anybody. Maybe like Seafoam Islands? But you can't exactly face off trainers there either. Or face off against trainers there either. Maybe like if we go back. like back here, and in Seafoam Islands. This could be a good place. For experience. 1,000. This is not bad, actually. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to actually just mute the audio and play some different music while we do this. Really chill music too. Chill grinding montage music. Absol should give us tons of experience as well. No, not that much. Not as much as I thought. Yeah, maybe this is the spot. Just right at the edge of Seafoam Islands. Whoa, cool. Haven't seen Bear Take yet. That's cool. Good use of dithering. Dithering doesn't always work in these sprites, but this is good use of it. Pangoro is a great example of a terrible use of it. Okay, like, classic way to check if you're close to leveling up is go to stats, and it will tell you on the second page, we need 2323 to get to level 51. In the experience count of 2323. In the experience count of 232323. Get out of here, Hypno. Yes. Okay. We've got to be close here with down loops. 4407. Wow. Okay. Alright. Let's do it. That's fine. Ooh, maybe that's not fine. Unless we pedal dance. Don't want to be running into a Polyrath. Nice. Good chunk of experience from Jirachi. Hell yeah. More. Jirachi, the Wishmaker. Yes. Make my wish come true. Look at this. Boom. Mustachio dog. Now ours. Fully evolved. Good use of dithering. It actually works for the lighting, the light source, and what's going on here. Seafoam Islands could almost be called Legendary Cave. There's just so many of them. Is Shaman considered legendary? I think it is. Maybe the Shaman Sky form is a little more rare, but it's in the same category, right? As like Celebi and Mew and... Yeah, I think we're going to try and get everyone to level 55 if we can. If we can do that here, because this is a really good method, we're just going to keep switching. We're just going to keep switching people out until... And we'll level them up evenly as best we can. 7,000. Some pretty funny music. I've just been really enjoying these playlists recently of relaxing N64 music, relaxing Super Nintendo music. Some good compilations. This is the relaxing SNES mix, so we've got all sorts of stuff. We've got tons of JRPG stuff here. Music from Terra Enigma and Earthbound we were listening to earlier. Secret of Mana. What is this from? This song. This song is from Illusion of Gaia. I like the little bird sound effect in the background too there. Nice little touch. Reminds me of Mario Golf. Double kick, get out of here. Okay, let's take a look and see how far it's gonna be for a barbecue. 49.30, that's not bad. What? How did we do so much damage the first time? Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, we can't do that. We're putting that hedgehog on ice. Ooh, C-Dot, 182 experience points. Get out of here. No, thank you. No one wants that. Nobody wants that. Oh. That's bullshit. Wow, okay. Heal. No, wait, maybe not heal. Is there... Oh, we can't. We gotta use full heal because we can't use the Poke-Flute. Now that's a catchy tune. The Poke-Flute does not wake up anyone in your party unless you're in battle. So we have to use a full heal on that. That's fine. Oh! Oh, thank you. There we go. Okay, barbecue grew to level 52. Let's use a hyper potion. Yes. 7,300 is what we're looking for. Oh, this thing is going to blow up on us, isn't it? If we don't kill it. Here's where you can use the Poke Flute, and then Shadow Punch. Seedot out here using Thunder. Just trying to fit in with the legendaries. Thinks he's the legendary Acorn. Way to take the stress out of grinding. That sprite poor Standler still looks pretty messed up. Kind of like a mutant deer. And I kinda think that's cool. I guess with Hyper Potions, you might as well try to get your Pokemon, not try, wait until your Pokemon are really low health, and then do the full recovery. Just to get our money's worth, I guess. Jeez. It's not even worth it with Registeel. Yep. Barbecue's level 53. Hell yeah. We're getting there. It's on you, God. Oi ho, Amano. Where are we at? Actually, I didn't check the stats. Look at those. Look at those crazy stats, though. Attack and defense 150, special 151, 157. Dang. Dang. Okay, 6,900. That's just frustrating. Fuck you with your sleeping bullshit. No way. We're not doing this. Thank you. Such a waste of time. There we go. $53. this guy's getting a 53 real quick. You're almost there. Three Jirachis away. There we go, not even. Jirachi and an Absol. Wow, you're being a real Absol right now. Oh. Yeah, look at our stats. Consider Arceus' stats compared to this. 90, as opposed to 151. Okay, 7,400 for the next level. That's doable. Pedal dance if you want to. You can leave your dogs behind. Up. Fun fact, I met the guy who sang that song. I hosted a concert and he came to see it. Because he lives in my hometown. And we both realized that we both don't own a phone. It was pretty funny. Just chill. This is so good. I'm digging this playlist a lot. What's this one from? This piece of music is from Traverse, a game just on the Super Famicom called Traverse, Starlight and Prairie. And now this is a song from Snoopy Concert, which is also, I think, only on the Super Famicom. Yep, Super Famicom. You got a Super Famicom too? Oh, me too. What's your friend code? No one cares about C-Dot. No, it's the worst one you can find in this cave. No one gives a shit about C-Dot with its 100 experience points that you get when it's killed or slayed. Still asleep, huh? More 5,900. How about you? What do you need? Oh, 10,000. Goddamn. Want to make this hard for us, don't you, Arceus? Okay. I'm glad we found the sweet spot for training, though. This is nice. We didn't have to do too much searching for it. I assumed it would be somewhere very close to where we just left off, like just before Cinnabar, because it really isn't a place to train. Like The water encounters are much lower level, I noticed, and much more varied. When you're swimming, you can get Pokemon that are like level 5s, level 10s, level 15s, level 25s, level 33s, like kind of all over the place, where when you're in caves and in grass in Generation 1, it seems to be a completely different experience. We seem to have more consistency with the levels that we're seeing as well, which is kind of nice. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Look at that swagger. Look at that swoshi. Yeah, it's about 10,000 a level. Okay, cool. And then for barbecue, 8,000. Let's go. Energy ball. Let's go. Only 6 more Pokemon we can actually attack with barbecue, so I might have to consider coming back, like actually heading out and then coming back. Have to see 54. Oh, that was dumb. It's not the way I wanted that to go down, but that's okay. Should only be using Petal Dance on a Pokemon that we can knock out in one hit, to be honest. Otherwise, it's a pretty rough move. It's not a great choice for a move. Especially in Gen 1. Ah, I did it again. Getting there, we got level 55 Stoutland. Come on, it survives. Get out of here. It's surf vibes. That was bad. That one is painful for me. Painful pun. Punful pain. That's it, you're gonna start struggling, God. God knows the struggle. No moves left. You struggle. Still a crit, but we're gonna hit with recoil, so we want to get out of here pretty quickly. I think we can probably use barbecue a few more times here, perhaps. That kind of seems like a waste. Oh, it's got thunder. Let's just kill it. Stupid. Use the hyper potion and heal your freaking barbecue. Barbecue. Use the hyper potion to heal the god that you bought from the game corner. Game corner. Barbecue. Ooh, good switch in there on the seed bomb. Okay, we're switching down whoops out. No one, Barbecue and God cannot use any more moves. Like, we're completely out of PP. We don't have, like, elixirs or ethers. We found one max elixir in this game, but you don't really find them that often, and they're not available in shops. At least not in the original Gen 1, so they're a lot more scarce than you think. Barbecue. 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 Karate chop the acorn. Keep grinding till you run out of PP. I feel much better about being in this position. Where our Pokemon are much stronger. We're a lot closer to the levels of the Pokemon we're about to face. In Viridian City. Shadow Punch. Some computers are funny. coworkers today in a meeting said that they wrote a script that sounded like a robot wrote it, but that thankfully somebody optimized it for humans, and he was giving me a kudos, like a shout out. And I like the idea, the tagline, optimized for humans. It was a good one. Optimized for humans. I'm afraid you can't watch that season of that television show you were in the middle of watching, Dave. I can't do that, Dave. This is the optimum choice for you to watch right now. Loading Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Wait, what? I was watching The Sopranos. I was listening to season 2 of The Sopranos. I said loading Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, Dave. Alvin. Oh wait, wrong Dave. Wrong Dave. Is there a wrong Dave though? Yeah, there might be. Let's fly. Away. Fully heal. And, I mean, do we go at this or do we do another round of training? I think we do one more round of training, folks, because I don't know if I want to dive in yet. Remember, we're going to be dealing with a level 50, a 53, a 53, a 55, and a 55. So why don't we just get ourselves a little more prepared? Just do one more run at the Seafoam Islands. Oh, hey there, squish-faced Audino. That's quite the face you got there. Before we dive in, I'm just going to take a second here. I just want to say thanks again to some of the people that have been subscribing on... Oops, I keep hitting the mic. Some of the people that have been subscribing on YouTube and the people that have been hanging out this week. It's been very fun. Had a very stressful week at work. Not really stressful, just a busy week. I don't want to say stressful. A very busy week at work. Lots of things going on. Had a couple of great days off and a lot of progress here in this run, which is like, I mean, why we're close to Giovanni already. If you think about it, this past Tuesday we were just around Pokemon Tower in Lavender, and the amount of ground that we've covered in the Kanto map overall has been pretty large. I also want to say I'm grateful to be where I am, grateful to have my health, grateful to be with my partner, to have an awesome community that shows up on the regular to hang out, and to have been able to stay connected to community. I have a good friend who has felt disconnected and has been going through some pretty rough times because of it. And I know it's really easy to go through rough times, and it's a funny way to say it, but it's easy to find yourself in a situation like that, especially after COVID first hit. Grateful to be on such an awesome team at work. That's level 55. Alright, I want to switch you. I want to heal you. And I want to check you. 4092. 4092. We got this. So fire resists fairy type, but does fairy have? Does it just do normal effectiveness against ice? We'll have to see. I'll have to check that out in just a sec here. If we run into a bear tick, we'll use Moonblast on it. There we go. Standard effect. Does a lot of damage still, just because we're quite strong as Arceus, but yeah, just does standard damage. Nice. Maybe we use I'm getting used to some of these sprites. I really like the Absol sprite. Something about it. It just works really well. Totally feels like Absol if it existed in Pokemon Yellow. Oh, hey, I didn't really mean to do that, but if Moonblast is one-shotting a level 21 Registeel, pure Steel type, and Steel resists Fairy, then I think we're doing all right stat-wise for Arceus. Let's do it. Oh. Gotta do that. You gotta do that breakdown, don't you? This is music from... I should know this. This is Tetris Attack. We listen to this one often. It's a great game. Tetris Attack, paneled upon. Really, really, really fun game. And you can play it on Nintendo Switch. SNES Online. They got it. Look at those stats. Yes. 171 speed. Hell yeah. We pretty much guarantee that we're always going to move faster than the opponent, which is nice. It's hard not to sing along to this music, and I'm making the weirdest noises, but hey, whatever, let's broadcast it for the world. The bass line feels very much like it's out of the soundtrack for Earthbound. The bass line specifically, like obviously because of the quality of the sound, but even the composition, it's pretty interesting. Just give me more shamans, I'm down. 1092 experience each time, thank you. $57 is a great one to have. It's a great Pokemon to have a level 57 right now. But I do want to, like I said, I want to do a full round of training here where we kind of run out of our power points again, like what happened earlier. Just to squeeze every drop out of the lemon, you know? It's not going to be easy to body like these level 55s and 56s and level 60s that will eventually be taking on in the Elite Four, so not nearly as easy to body them like this. Pretty great though that we can do this, speed it up and listen to great music instead of the music sped up. I love the music for Pokemon Red and Blue, don't get me wrong, and I actually really like some of the music that's been showing up in our randomization as well. But there's something to be said about not listening to music sped up at times 50 speeds. They're all done, so it's all out to Moonblast. 6 more Pokemon for Oiho Amano. Oiho Amano. Karate Chop seems to be working to one-shot the Jirachis. Easy there, my friend. Don't be that confused. It's just a Registeel. You've seen one before. You have seen one before. Oh, wrong move. Wrong move. Good thing we're beefy. Okay, that's it. That's Oiho Mono's. We'll struggle kill it. Almost. Almost. Okay, that's Oiho's max level. We're gonna get it to in this little grinding session. So we're gonna do BBQ here. Do a quick heal up at the barbecue. Load up the propane and propane accessories. And why not? Let's do it for Oiho as well. There's no sense in it not having full health. Oh, great. The bear ticks will require us to swap out, but that's okay. Oh, jeez. Registeel is not fun. Okay, let's run away from Registeels from now on. Not a great place to be in. Let's take a look at our stats really quick here for BBQ. 5777. There's a nice one. Hey, maybe we stay in here. Maybe we stay in here. For barbecue. This is his spot. Hell yeah it is. Hell yeah it is. Let's go. This is barbecue's domain. Yep. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, Gleep Clap. Hope Stegosaurus McCartney is doing well. Speaking of Gleep Clap. Haven't seen him in a bit. I've talked to him in a bit. Just hope he's well. Oh, teleporting crowbat. Teleporting crowbat. Ah, Doctor, I got this terrible teleporting crowbat. What do I do? Take these 2 energy balls and call me in the morning. Dig. Really? Oh. Thankfully we flew. Alright, we're getting a little risky over here. Let's get out of here. Alright, barbecue, getting swapped out, you get healed. Okay, we're gonna get down whoops pretty leveled up here. Got a lot more power points on our moves than any other Pokemon. So I anticipate down whoops will be like level 61, maybe, or level 60. We might get it to level 60. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Yes. C-dots are kind of a waste. Same with these. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get this thing leveled up pretty high. I'm thinking 61. Oops. Interesting. The backbeat of that song, that do da do da do da do do da, is actually totally reminiscent of Super Mario, but it's actually not Koji Kondo. This is that was a Japanese Super Famicom only RPG based off of there's shonen anime, and then there's shoujo anime. Shoujo anime, I think, is what it's based off of. Would a shoujo, or would Sailor Moon be considered a shoujo anime? You tell me. Now there are 3 Pokemon on our team. Here's a good question of the day. In the chat or in the comments, who's your favorite Pokemon on the team currently? Downwhoops the Stoutland, Barbecue the Kabutops, or Oiho Amano our Arceus? My favorite moveset is Downwhoops for sure. But I think I'm going to have to go with Barbecue on this one, even though I'm a big fan of having Arceus on the team. And they've been around for quite some time on the team as well. And it's my first time using Arceus. I might have to lean into Barbecue just because it's been super fun to have our starter back from Emerald. Maybe 62 even will make it to. Who knows? Got a lot of PowerPoints going on. A lot of PP. That's a lot of PP. Yes. Level 60. After this, we're gonna go take on that gym leader, folks. Hell yeah. Super Adventure Island, folks. One of the best hip-hop soundtracks on the Super Nintendo. It's all hip-hop, 90s hip-hop, funk. If you're a rapper, this is like your jam. This will be your jam for sure, if you like to freestyle. And we play this entire game on stream as part of our retro roulette with food and eating and cooking themed games, because you can't progress in Adventure Island games without collecting that fruit and keeping your energy up with food. Food, milk, fruit, meat, typical video game fodder, fooder. I'm not a foodie, I am a fooder. One who does food, who eats food. Idle dance. This kind of has a little bit of a Gangster's Paradise, Amish Paradise vibe as well too. But yeah, this is just one of the random stages in Super Adventure Island. I think there's 2 Super Adventure Island games. We played the first one, we beat it. We played and beat Adventure Island 3 and 2, I think. We haven't beat number 1. We beat Tina's Adventure Island, which is a slightly harder version of Adventure Island 2. You play as Tina and you have to rescue Master Higgins instead. And one thing I think is really cool is that you can't duck in the game. And your jump is slightly different. So they did mess around with it a little bit just to differentiate the feeling of the characters, which is something I appreciate. Come on. Gotta go to our old school spot. Not many options. Oh yeah, okay, we do have to run from Jirachis then. Just because the sledge is ineffective. This is it, folks. Maybe we'll get to 61 with our sledges. Maybe not. Maybe, who knows? Don't want to waste the sledge on one to use. I want to use. Get out of here. didn't mean for the music to get out of here, but okay. We'll change it up. Get out of here, Tentacle. I only wanna fight the shamans. Absols are okay too. That's okay. There we go. That's it. Oh. Okay, he was poisoned. Good. He'll be killed by poison. And we are flying out of here. We're all out of power points. We got ourselves a level 56 Kabutops. We have a level 58 Arceus and a level 61 Stoutland. Now, let's take a look at those levels again really quickly. If you're just joining, we are training right now in Seafoam Islands to get our team up to something that could take on Giovanni. We have run We did run an option when we were randomizing this to bring all the Pokemon Yellow levels over. So we know for sure that the 8th gym leader is going to have level 50, level 53, 53, 55, and 55. This is difficult. Difficult choice of when you want to go in and take on this battle. I did rush into Gym 6 and Gym 7, so let's do it. I think we're here. I think we are here. I do want to go to Cinnabar because we're going to heal. Now the question is, do we do one more training montage and then over level? Just because we have three Pokemon? Or we just go for it? I think we just go for it. Let's just do it. I like to go from Pallet Town. There's just something about it. It's pretty cool. So let's do it. This is the walk. We're on the road to Viridian City. And I'm pretty sure the gym leader is gonna be Lance. Because every time we fought Giovanni in this weird alternate universe of Kanto, it's been Lance. So chances are it's him. Just do the thing that's smart versus doing something dumb. You know what? That's a pretty dumb idea. Now, this is a song we listen to a lot. By the way, this is from a Super Famicom game. It kind of has, it's an Atlas game actually. It kind of has character design aesthetic that's very similar to Brave Fencer Musashi, but it's called Last Bible. There's a series, this is called Last Bible 3. Of course, they weren't parodying or having any connection whatsoever. They didn't want any association with Final Fantasy, so they did something called Last Bible. And I guess that does say something about what they think about religion, or at least the Bible as a text, is that it is very fantastical. But I guess if you think about it, it's about a zombie that walks on water and turns it into wine, and then somehow touches a fish and turns it into a million pieces of fish and bread, and looks at you and smiles through his handholes. That's right. I forgot how slow these things were. I'm the Karate King. Your fate rests with me. Oh shit, you got your own legendary. So many of these trainers have legendaries already, even before Scarvio is released, you know? Scarvio hasn't even come out yet. Scarlet, Violet. Icelet? Get out of here. Subat's legendary. No, the motorcycle. The motorcycle. Because in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they revealed the two legendaries that basically just look like motorcycles. They're flaunting their legendary, but they're not throwing it out in battle. Blaziken, get fucked. It could totally destroy us because it's firefighting type, so I'm glad we surfed that one real quick. And Clefairy, okay. I feel like poison isn't effective against fairy, right? Nope, it's super effective. It's the opposite. Okay. Yeah. Beep beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep boop boop beep beep boop. Maybe here. Oh, he has one too. Your Pokemon will cower at the crack of my motorcycle. Oh, they got motorcycles. Got plenty of other good stuff too. Beautiful motorcycle. Hold on to this real quick. Oh, thank you. Get burged, dude. We're not actually traveling through the gym, we're just doing pirouettes to this very slow SNES ballet music. We're not even here to battle, we're just dancing. I mean, battle and ballet are really close in terms of the letters that you need to spell them. Everyone's balleting us because we're not dancing. They're like, dance! Dance, Mankey, dance. Okay, let's go. We're done the training montage, so I mean the music's really good. But let's just dive right into this action, the heated action of the 8th gym with our 3 Pokemon. Interesting moveset we have here. Fly will do some damage though. If we were balleting, they wouldn't be battling us. My boy, you hold on to that fly. There we go. Acho! Gesundheit? At my what? At your convenience? I'll holler at you at your convenience. Oh, our second time encountering a, I guess, Universe 1 Kanto Elite Four member, but they are just a trainer. Just like Lorelei. A little bit of Bruno action. We're gonna Ice Beam this Kangaskhan. Ice Beam that Bulba. It's nice to have Ice Beam on barbecue. It's a nice throwback to specifically the Queen, who was in our party for most of the run, our Lopunny. Barbarical. If I'm not mistaken, is Barbarical the exact same type as Kabutops? Yes, rock water. Pretty funny, they have very drastically different designs. I don't want to be skipping any of the trainers here, right? So this is what we want to do here. Also, there you go. Did you have a podcast today? An episode of the semi-interactive podcast? TM15, bite. Down loops wants to learn bite. Yeah. Could be kind of nice. Before the Elite Four, though, do we want to get rid of any of these moves? No, I don't think so. I think this is the best moveset we have right now on any Pokemon. Oh, nice. You were talking about random stuff today with Eddie. Cool. Abandon Learning Bite. Yeah, we're going to do it. I know. It's a TM, so it's fine. We can learn it anytime. I just don't want to necessarily change our move setup right now. You must be running out of steam right now. It's Bruno again. And Deerling. Alright, we can freeze that deer for later too. I'm working myself into a rage. Nuzleaf. Another one-shot Ice Beam moment, and Alakazam. Ooh. I like what's going on here. It's gonna use Submission. Thank God that missed. Ooh. Shadow Punch, please. Don't mess with our dog, with our Shadow Dog. Warg. What is it good farg? Absolutely notharg. Say it again. Shuckle. Well, shucks. The Shuckle already knew he was not going to stand up to this barbecue. Also, it was a burglar that we just fought, so maybe that was a stolen Shuckle. Maybe that was why it seems so reserved there. In Pokemon XD, on the GameCube, you could actually steal Pokemon from other trainers, believe it or not. Pretty crazy. You can also randomize it as well. I think Wesso was playing a randomized version of it recently on their channel. Somewhat recently. Or like a mod of it. We got ourselves our emoji face again. Leavanny. Oh! Our paralysis just friggin' knocked us out. Ugh. Barbecue's out. That's not a good place to be when we don't have an encounter for a freaking while. That's not good at all. That is not good at all. Barbecue got cooked. That is bad. So we're gonna have to eat in tonight. We're gonna have to order in. The barbecue was rained out. It was a nice visit from another dimension. We're down to 2. Back to the 2 live crew. You put the barbecue outside for later. It's okay, not really. 3 Pokemon we can do against the Elite Four. 2 Pokemon? Holy shit, man. That's all I'm saying. Holy shit. I don't even have a floor to fall on. After reading that one. Here we go. I'm fwahahaing just like this guy. Okay. This is Lance, folks. The leader of the Gym Rats himself. Clampro. Should have been a barbecue. 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 In a past life. Oh, a BBBQ. A bar barbecue. A bad barbecue. Perfect. I will definitely stand with my normal type against the ghost type. Love the sprite for Spiritomb here. I think it really adds a lot more personality and character into the design of Spiritomb. I think the original sprite, when it was first introduced, just because of the angle that the sprite was on, just really didn't do the same. The extra B stands for BYOBB, but that last B is a typo. Bring your own baby? Ursaring. Ooh, ha, he. Ooh, ha, ha, he. Oh my god, just strength. I mean, I meant to use strength, but that'll do a decent amount of damage. That'll still do a decent amount. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Amano. Ooh, you are so beefy. You are extremely, extremely beefy. I am shocked, actually, but, I mean, we've been even comparing Oiho Amano's stats to some of the other Pokemon on our team, like, we've got like 40, 45 more. Ursaring looks really relaxed. I'm gonna get on Ursaring's level right now. Wingardium Tediosa. Tediosa, not Tediosa. Well, we got jackpot experience points, folks. Jack points. 777. Oh, look at this. Is he gonna use a guard spec? Guard this.
Bye-bye. Oh yeah. I guess I'm really Bimson, yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I'm friggin' Bimson, yeah.
That was truly an intense fight. You've won. You beat me, King of the Gym Rats. As proof, here's your Earth Badge. And wait, here's a membership to my gym. Tell your friends. No, it's a TM. Well, let's see what it actually is. Let's check the inventory. It's an HP up. He didn't give me a TM at all. I'll take it. Down whoops, more like down ups. Get out of here. Get out of here with this gym rat trash. We're healing, and we're taking out 2 Pokemon to Indigo Plateau. Then we're gonna catch a Pokemon on Victory Road. Hopefully it's at least level 40. Because I don't think we have many other places that we can actually catch a Pokemon, like, in the game. Not many other encounters. We only have 2 names in the queue, and I think we might actually only have 2 encounters left. Maximum. before we take on the Elite Four. It's kind of crazy that we got to this point already. About the same amount of streams that it took us. It was about 7 or 8 streams. This is 7 streams. Actually, this took 6 streams for us to get here. But it took about 8 streams for Pokemon Fire Red 898, which was basically just a hack of the GBA version of this that I played recently. About the same amount of time. Part 1 of this series, if you're watching this on YouTube, is actually 3 failed attempts at 3 different seeds of this. Alright. We gotta fight Gamer Bob again? Oh, I forgot about that. Thought it was just at the beginning. Well, Gamer Bob, here we go. Our very first rival. Moon, what a surprise to see you here. So you're going to the Pokemon League. You collected all the badges too. That's cool. Then I'll whip you, Moon, as a warm-up for the Pokemon League. Oh, shoot. Let's go. Oh, I wasn't ready. He has 6 Pokemon, level 47 Surskit. I think we're okay here. Delcatty. Strength should do it. Yep. Because remember that Strength and Body Slam, we're getting same type attack bonus. Strength is 80 power, 100% accuracy, but we're doing 1.5 times. So we're actually doing 120 power with 100% accuracy every time. Body Slam is 70 power, 100% accuracy, so not that much weaker than Strength, but it has a chance to paralyze. And so with that, you're getting 105 power every single time. So that's why we're bodying. Plus, we also have like good attack to begin with in that calculation. Destroy the cast form. Esper. Oh, wow. Esper's from Pokemon X and Y. I like Esper. It evolves into Meowstic. I'm not a huge fan of Meowstic's design, but I like Esper's design. Looks like it's seen some shit. Magnezone, hell yeah. Love the design of this sprite. Okay, it's used to water. But how much? Oh, you're done. Throw, okay. Ooh. Here, this is a situation, right, when we have a fighting type Pokemon because we have 2 normal types. We just need to stay in because Oihoamano is beefier. But we also have a fairy type. And also we have good speed. So because of our speed, that's the one thing that's really winning that for us, because that Muppet could have totally taken us down. And Sock and Throw already look like Muppets, but it's pretty funny that Throw's Pokemon Yellow throwback sprite is very Muppety, a lot more Muppety than expected. Okay, one sec. I'm just gonna go be right back, and then we'll continue. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Perfect. Let's go. For anyone just joining, happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. This is still a route that we've already caught something in, so this is not going to count as anything, unfortunately. Would I want a level 3 quillfish at this point? Probably not. There it is, folks. Pokemon League front gate. Now, we can actually access this normally, but there are many guards, 8 guards, that all look for badges. Oh, that's the boulder badge. Go right ahead. You can pass here only if you have the Cascade badge. Oh, that is the Cascade badge. You can pass here only if you have the Thunder badge. That is the Thunder badge. You are the droids you're looking for. You can pass here only if you have the Rainbow badge. Oh, that's the Rainbow badge. Okay, fine. If you just want the dopamine hit of this success sound, you can just keep talking to them. That is the Rainbow badge, yeah. That is the Rainbow badge, yeah. That is... okay. I am the droids I'm looking for? Whoa. Yeah, they're on your face. The droids you're looking for were on your face the whole time. Jeez, he does this all the time. Whoa, it's wearing those droids the entire time. Well, maybe the droids I was looking for were the droids that I met along the way. This whole time. So if we run into a Pokemon here, folks, this is the new this is a new area, and it's very possible to run into a Pokemon here. So our first encounter here or in the grass coming up will be our new addition to the team. Oh, first tile of grass. Let's go. What do we got? What do we got? We got ourselves a fucking Landorus. It is an awful sprite, but it is also a pseudo-legendary. We're talking Pokemon Black and White. Ground and flying type. Really interesting. Level 26 I'm okay with. Let's not kill this thing. The problem here just comes down to, can we do damage to it and not kill it? Sludge is going to kill it, I think. It's not as strong as Sludge Bomb, but I feel like it's going to kill it. Hold on. It's a crit. It's not effective. It was resisting our damage. That's so bad. But that's okay. You know what? If our two Pokemon are overpowered and doing one-shots to Landoruses and stuff, then I think we're going to be okay. But that would have been really cool to add to the team. Just, you know what, though? I'm kind of glad. Ugly Sprite. We could have had a Moltres. There you go. There's a randomizer for you, folks. Could have had a Moltres. The Pidgey of this region. Shit's going down. That's all I'm saying. Only if you have the Earth Badge. That is the Earth Badge. Victory Road Gate. Oh, that is the gate. You can't. Yeah, that is the way. Apparently we did know the way. Folks, this is a new area, and we need to get through here and catch someone new. Who is it? Chatot. Okay. From Landorus to Chatot. This I think we can just catch. Landorus we would have not been able to even just throw an Ultra Ball at it. Oof. Oh, I don't like that it has Karate Chop. Ooh, this might not work. Never mind. Ooh. Oh baby. Chatot was caught. Chatot was caught. Now Chatot, really cool design for a Pokemon. It's the Music Note Pokemon. It's normal flying. Originally introduced in Generation 4, Diamond and Pearl. Doesn't evolve, it's just what it is. And it mimics the cries of other Pokemon to trick them into thinking it's one of them. This way, they won't get attacked. Its tongue is also just like a human's. That's weird. As a result, it can cleverly mimic human speech. It can also learn and speak human words, and if they gather, they all learn the same saying. Let's take a look at our name list. We got 2 of them in there, and I think we're only going to have 2 encounters. So this Chatot is going to be named Reggie F.U. This is a direct message. A direct message. Where the hell is Mother 3? No, I didn't bring Mother 3 with me today. I do have Mother 4 though. Reggie F.U., named by Zombie Paper. Shadow Ball, good for a normal type to have that. Rest, Mimic, and Water Pulse. Alright. Can we teach it Fly? That would be nice. Just for the sake of, you know. Stab, same type of attack bonus. Yes, 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 we can. For Mimic, yeah. Because Rest can be useful. Pretty funny team. Okay. Yeah, we could have had a low tab. I'm glad we got Reggie here. But it was a level 42. Yikes. Reggie's quite low level for Pokemon in here. Electros. Squish-faced Audino. Maybe the gravity is different in this cave because we had an Audino and a Lotad, and they're pretty flat and squished. Maybe there's some different gravity going on. Electabuzz. Whew. Well, I'm probably not even going to be able to get one more encounter after this, to be perfectly honest. I think this is it. So we just got 2 names in the queue, but those are going to be carryovers into the next Pokemon run for sure. whatever game we end up doing. We have Pombi Zaper, which will probably be the name of our rival. And then we have Yevoltura. No, wait. Yevolt Ukra. Yevoltukra. Okay. Yavoltukra. There we go. Yavoltukra. That'll be the name of our starter. I don't even fucking know anymore. I try. You redeem it, I'll try to say it. If it's not hateful or racist. Yevoltfgura with the two V's. Yevoltfgura. 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 Okay. It's actually kind of easier to say Yevoltfgura than Yevoltkatura, or whatever the hell I said the first time. I don't even know anymore. I'm just gonna call it Yave. I can't do that for you, Yave. I can't open the Pokeball doors, Yave. I'm sorry, Yave. What are you doing, Yave? Reggie, F you. Alright. Yeah, you got it? Bouffalante. Nice hair. Nice hair. So we have to come at that from the top. That opened up that wall. The first boulder. Double slapping. We're a dog. Get punched. I'll slap a dog. I remember this part as a kid. You're like, damn, you have to pick one? The lift key, what a waste. The bike voucher, what a waste. We have both of those. We literally have both both of those items, and we've already traded them in. We can't get a second bike. We don't need to use the lift key anymore, so just keep moving on. Troll Cavern. Ooh, actual Blaine. Cute little Turtwig. Kind of looks like that Muncher. The upside down Muncher. Oh, don't forget, don't be fooled by the cuteness. It's level 44. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. What if getting 2 bike vouchers made your bike double speed? That'd be cool. Just like a weird quirk. Obviously, they did implement that into the games in Gen 3 because you have the option of the Mach Bike and Acro Bike in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Ooh. Got that crit. That was lucky. That thing could have bodied us. What was TM15 again? Bite. Can we teach Bite to Chatot? Yes, we can. It has a tongue like a human. I guess it has teeth like a human. That's gross. Gross, gross, gross. Gross, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Dino has Razor Leaf and Vine Whip. How about the Mock Bike where you mock people as you bike past them? No, the Mock Bike is where you get mocked while you're riding it. We've hit Mach 3. 3 of those people are making fun of me. Oh my god, we're approaching Mach 5. 2 more people just walked in and they started laughing. Reggie, F you, come back. Woohoo, Terrakion. Stay in because I think we'll be able to outspeed it and use Surf. No! It's got Mach Punch. It's a priority move though. Because we have some pretty wild speed right now on Arceus. This is the real Pokemon Legends Arceus right now. By the way, we're going to be diving into our... We're going to continue playing our playthrough of Pokemon Legends Arceus, don't worry. It will happen. Because we're not halfway down. We might be more than halfway down, but I'm still in the middle of playing it, and we do have a bunch of streams where we started from the beginning. I haven't played any of it off stream, so that is a 4-stream game. I'm not worried. Absolutely. It's cool to revisit these puzzles, because they're frustrating, but it's cool to revisit these puzzles on the original game, and to be reminded like that those spinning platforms that send you forward in the game corner and in the previous gym we were just in move so slow, and like all these little things that I just didn't realize, or that you take for granted when you play newer games, newer Pokemon games. Holy shit, Reggie, F you. We got suckered in by the cuteness of the Spearow again. It's level 42. It's almost twice our twice our level. It's, you know what, when you start a randomizer, you have no idea that you're going to end up in Victory Road with literally a Stoutland, an Arceus, and a Chatot, you know? You know what I'm saying? Manaphy. Another cute one, don't get suckered in. A dog, a bird, and a god. You know, the optimal party. The dog and the god cancel themselves out, so there's just really a bird. Buddy? No? Speaking of a bird. Bird v bird? Nah. Not completely. That switch grinding. Let's go. Low kick. Nope. Okay, a dog, a bird, and a god. If you could pick one dog Pokemon, one bird Pokemon, and one god Pokemon, what would you pick? Dog Pokemon. Let's go with Arcanine. Bird Pokemon. Let's go with Moltres. God Pokemon. Let's go with Entei. Yes, it's a dog, but it's also a god, so get over it. Those are my choices. Leave yours in the mailbox. Is Eevee a dog? Good question. More a dog, more a fox. I don't know. Something makes me feel like it leans more towards fox. Just a touch. Like it's unique enough from Vulpix. But yeah, that's a good question. Got all the defunct actual gym leaders from Universe 1. Kanto. Interesting decision. We're not using Reggie at all. It's just not the way. Leave a comment in the YouTube description. Is Eevee a dog, a fox, or a dox? I believe that Eevee's actually a fog. Oof. Wall rain. Yes. Yes. Good. Gaining the levels. Doing this proper. It's got barrier, we're using strength. You're gonna put me to sleep, that's okay. You know what? Pokeflute. Self-destruct. Oh my god. Kecleon, hold on. That is terrifying. It literally put up a shield, put me to sleep, and blew up. Harsh. Sweep the leg! Sweep the leg! Oh. Come on, I'll whip ya. Excuse me, what? Oh, it's George Costanza. Look at this. Look at this. Excuse me. Definitely going to use Surf on Infernape here. We need to take out Infernape right away because if it has a fighting type move, we could be fucked. Yes. Good. Wasn't a crit, but it did wash this problem away. I got whipped. Believe it or not, burglar's not home. Super potion. Is Victory Road too tough? Oh jeez. Electivire. Amnesia, that's fine. Karate Chop. Yes. Ooh. Many trainers give up the challenge here. The Nuzlocke challenge? Not me. What is TM27? Lick. It did have a tongue like a human. This would just be a joke to teach it. Because it's just not a strong move at all. It's not. There totally is a Pokemon. Or not a Pokemon. There's totally something we have to do at the very beginning of this. It's like a little puzzle section we have to do at the very beginning of this level of the Victory Road. We gotta do that. Oh, it's because we gotta push something down. Okay, got it. I gotcha. Guard spec is stupid. Yes. Alright, I guess, yeah, we just go up here. Buffalant. Kill the poison. Oh, I guess since we have Super Potion, we can use a Super Potion instead of our Hyper Potion. We'll use it on Reggie. I heard rumors of a child prodigy. And she knows. Alright. We got this. Reggie wants to learn takedown. Oh shit. It's getting serious. No, I don't like the idea of recoil damage. Not with only 3 Pokemon on our team. Should have switched to Reggie. Here, I'll use a stupid thing. Nice. You beat Lance, King of the Gym Rats? Yes, we did. TM 25. Bug Buzz. Yes, we had this at one point in one of our Pokemon. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, this is one where it could be worth getting rid of Water Pulse. I like Water Pulse, though. I think we keep Shadow Ball, we get rid of Bite. I know we just taught Bite, but this is a good move. Perfect example. Bye-bye. What? Oh shit. What? It only did that much damage? No! How did it survive with 1? That's wild. Reggie, F you, man. F you. You didn't bring Mother 3 here. It was your fault. It's your fault. You blocked every one of Iwata's advances with his plan to bring Mother 3 here. Hi, my name's Scapegoat Fizame. I mean, what? I mean, what? We'd have grandmother by now if you didn't do this. We'd have grandmother. We pushed the rock. There was an eel underneath the rock. Sorry, dude. You're rolling up a bunch of eels. Yeah, we're playing Katamari Damacy. Another fun game. I really like the Switch remake of the original. We picked it up recently and played it. It was so much fun. Always a good, like, de-stressor kind of game. Because who doesn't want to roll up a bunch of shit, you know? Pedal dance. You want to teach pedal dance to anyone? No. I don't want to fall for the trap of going down the steps. If I go down those ladder, that ladder there on the left, then it will reset the puzzle. So I don't want that. I want to come all the way back here. The anti-rolling shit upper doesn't want to roll shit up. What? Eh? Okay. Yes. I'll fight Trevenant. Let's go. Please kill it. No. Yes. We're beefy. Skull Bash didn't do too much to us. Munchlax, no. Body Slam. You're done. Manaphy. Moonblast. Let's go. Okay, just go for it. We're just kind of running out of power points, but I think we're really close to the end, so we should be at least. Keep using barrier, that's fine. Yes. Amiri. Blast. Yes, please. Weren't we here already? Yeah, no, this is right. Okay, we're gonna have to switch down loops in front. Down loops in front? I'm trying to see here. Whoops. Sorry, I just have this thing where I always say whoops in between sentences here. This is it, folks. TM28. Is that dig again? Come on. How many times are we gonna get dig? Comet Punch. Comet Punch. Oh, we're selling that stuff. We did it, folks. We did it. We took a bird with us into that cave, and it unfortunately didn't leave with that bird out of that cave, but that's okay. The ultimate goal of trainers. Don't tell me what the ultimate goal is. Maybe my ultimate goal is a different ultimate goal than the one you expect people to have. Get out of here. Oh, cool. So yeah, my partner just got home, so I'm going to dive in. We'll just do a quick download here, but we're going to dive into this. Oh, what? Of course it doesn't now. Alright, perfect timing. I'm going to save that. Just got to reset something now because I muted. There's like a weird OBS glitch where if I mute on OBS and then minimize the screen, then for some reason it reverts my emulator to use the keyboard instead of my controller. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but just 1 second. Okay, so there we go. That should be good. The controller's working. All right. So we only have 2 Pokemon to deal with, or to work with here. We can't get any more encounters. There's no more encounter areas in the game. We've checked every single area, gotten every possible Pokemon. So the only thing we can do here is literally just go through this battle and hope. We know the levels. We know what we're dealing with. We have a Stoutland and an Arceus, which are both normal types. So it's sort of like a normal monologue. Elite Four number 1 is going to be Lorelei, and we have to buy all our healing items now before we go in. But normally it's a level 54 Dugong, level 53 Cloyster, 54 Slowbro, 56 Jinx, and 56 Lapras. So 2 56s, 2 54s, and a 53. We can do that. The next trainer has a 53, 2 level 55s, a 56, and a 58. We can do that. The next trainer has 2 56s, a 55, a 56, or sorry, a 58 and a 60. So we're starting to get into the 60s only in the 3rd trainer. Then the 4th trainer has a 60 and a 62, but the rest are high 50s. So we don't really have to worry about a full team of almost all level 60s, which is where we're at, until we hit the champion. So I think we can do it, because we are leveled up a little higher than expected. What I want to do is, I think this is the, not the cable club. Nope. I want to go to the marked. There we go. Okay, we're going to sell... the Thunderstone, because we don't need that, that's fine. Let's buy a bunch of full restores. I feel like that'll be super useful. And then also buy a bunch of max potions. A few more. Because we're going into 4 battles without being able to heal, right? So, okay, we should be okay. Can we, does full restore power points? That's a good question, actually. Full restore Gen 1. It heals only 999 HP. It doesn't just fill it to the top in Gen 1. Just HP and status. So, is there an item that we can use to give us power points? No, we actually don't have one, which is kind of nuts. Alright, we're just going in. We're doing this. Big boy Iceman, welcome in. We are doing a randomizer. We're playing a randomizer version of Pokemon Red, where all the Pokemon are randomized, the movesets are randomized, the items. We have a Stoutland. Of course, you can see there's Pokemon from newer generations in this as well, mixed in. A Stoutland with Petal Dance, Karate Chop, Sludge, and Shadow Punch. And we have Oiho Amano, our Arceus, which we bought for 500 coins at the game corner. We have some crazy stats. Arceus this is the first time I've ever used Arceus, and we've got a decent moveset, an okay moveset. We're both normal types. We're going in with 2 normal type Pokemon at level 62, with a whole bunch of random Pokemon ahead. So here we go. Perfect timing to tune in. I've been doing this. This is our 7th part. I think 6th stream with this run specifically. And we've only ever beat a Randomizer Nuzlocke challenge very recently on stream, and I've only ever beat it once before, years ago. I beat Fire Red, and a couple of months ago, or actually I guess a couple of weeks ago at this point, we beat Pokemon Fire Red 898, which is a ROM hack that includes newer Pokemon, kind of like this. So hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood and fingers crossed. Let's do this. We have our healing items, and we're going into our first Elite Four member. Let's go. We're 5 battles away from beating this and making this our 2nd ever Nuzlocke completion. We have not run into any of the previous gym leaders before in gyms. Everyone's been randomized, so Erica in this alternate universe of Kanto is our first E4 member. Let's go. Gross looking Spheal. We can karate chop that. Or leap. I think we can karate chop that. Tentacruel. Petal Dance should do it. Yes, we can do this. We can definitely do this. Perfect. Thrash about one more time. Nope, let's just karate chop it. Get through it. Yes, you can do it. Good boy. Yes. Clean. Clean sweep. Number 1. Let's go. Number 2. Hoo-ha! It's Al Pacino, everyone. Hoo-ha! It's an engineer, alright. Stantler, level 53. We can Karate Chop that. Yes, is Karate Chop one of the weakest fighting moves going to be like our golden ticket here? No, we don't want Haze. Sorry. Don't learn Haze. Don't learn Haze. Oh, you're going to send out your own god. Well, because we don't have abilities and held items, I know for sure that you are a normal type and will remain a normal type. That was too much. That was way too much. Okay, we're healing, we're healing. Healing and peeling. Should be a one-shot with Surf. Sunkern. Yes. Body Slam is Seed. And then Herdier. Oh. I used a move that's ineffective against us. There we go. Perfect. I know that our Stoutland has Shadow Ball, or Shadow Punch rather, so I think that Herdier used Shadow Punch, but thankfully our normal type basically like came in handy. Number 2. Here we go, folks. Number 3. This is supposed to be Agatha, normally Ghost type Pokemon. Let's go. We're wrecking the Elite Four with a dog and a god, exactly. Cue-Ball. Barbarical, we got Rock Water type. I should have healed. I should have healed. That was dumb. Because we have all the things. Full Restore. It's okay. It's got Clamp, which is pseudo-broken in Gen 1. Love the Barbarical sprite, actually. It does really fit. Petal Dance. Switch. Pat Rat's had enough. I'm not fighting today. It's okay, we can help you there. Blast. Because Fairy type is in this, and it does give us that advantage with fighting. Perfect. Ninjask. Strength. Yep. Kakuna. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Level 60 Kakuna. Woohoo! Heal. Before you take on this guy. Okay. Are we ready, folks? Quickest Elite Four match we've had in any Nuzlocke. I'm very surprised. I heard about you, Moon. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me whatever this guy's name is. Oh, it's Agatha. She's the leader. AKA Oak in Drag. Okay, Karate Chop should do it. Nope. Nothing. Cut it in half. Oof. It's not a good situation to be in, actually, at all. Sludge? I'm switching. Galvantula, level 56. Yes. That stab just does so much. Blaziken. Oh. Please be faster. Yes. Yes. Parasect. Great sprite. Here we go, here we go. Use your Hyper Potion. Sometimes they just use X Defense a bunch. But we won't get that lucky in the final Elite Four match. Oh shit. Hold on. You're a beefiest Pokemon, so you got this. Yes. You got this. Sometimes you gotta give God a pep talk. Sometimes he gives you a pep talk. Sometimes Arceus gives Arceus and Arceus. Strength. Yes! That's it. I hate to admit it, but you're a Pokemon Master. Alright. Still can't believe my dragons lost to you. I can't believe my dragons. Uh-huh. It would have been if you had been here sooner. You have to defeat the champion. His name is Gamer Bob. Alright, let's do it. This is it, folks. We are one battle away with 2 Pokemon to making our second Nuzlocke win in a really hard challenge. Honestly, it's not an easy challenge. Heal! That's funny. And we would have beat 2 versions of Red. Pokemon Fire Red 898 with newer Pokemon and abilities and moves. And Pokemon Red with newer Pokemon as well. Pretty neat. That means we will be in the Discord. Also, if you're not a member of the Discord, feel free to join. We will be doing a poll in the future, and you can pick and vote on which Pokemon game we're going to play next. Or which game we'll Nuzlocke next, at least. I was looking forward to seeing you, Moon. My rivals should be strong to keep me sharp. Here we go. While working on Pokedex, I looked all over for powerful Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that would beat any Pokemon type. And now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. You know what that means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world. Get out of here, dude. Nice suit. Poison is strong against Fairy. Thankfully we have that move. Stunfisk. What type is Stunfisk again? I always want to say it is Ground Electric. Okay. So Sludge should do the trick too. No, not very effective. Is ground okay? Ground is effective against Poison. It's the other way around. All right. It's okay. How about this? Here we go. Go Goat. We're staying in. That's right, we're gonna be locked into Petal Dance here for a sec. Sonic Man. What? Got confused. Hold on. Pupperoon. Full restore. I should heal the confusion as well. No, it did not heal the confusion. But that's okay. We're level 64. We're gonna swap out so that the confusion heals. Got Golett. Surf. Yes. Oh my god. That was a crit, that's why. Yes, it missed. It kept going and crashed. Oh my god. Holy shit. We could have totally lost it. Both Pokemon there. Oh. Last one, Shellos. That was the toughest one, easily. And it's a crit. That is it, with a critical hit Moonblast. Boyho Amano, bought off the shelf for 500 coins in the game corner, clenches us the second victory. That's it. 2 in a row. 2 versions of Pokemon Fire Red, or Red, the original Kanto region, and both versions of the game, one on Game Boy Advance, one on the original Game Boy. Both of them completed Nuzlocke as our first Nuzlocke that we've been able to actually get to this point. That's awesome. Very, very cool. If you're watching on YouTube, you can obviously go and check out all of my streams in full unedited, and this is part 7 of the playthrough that we just did. If you're a member of Discord, you'll be able to vote and pick which next Pokemon game we're going to complete. Doing the Nuzlocke challenge. Holy. Hall of Fame, folks. A dog and a god. That's all it took. A dog and a god. I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it, you're the new Pokemon League champion. Although I don't like to admit it. No. So you won. Congratulations. You're the new Pokemon League champion. You've grown up so much since you first left with Mienfoo. You've come of age. I'm disappointed, Gamer Bob. I came when I heard you beat the Elite Four, but when I got here, you already lost. You forgot to treat your Pokemon with trust and love. Here we go. Just gonna take some screenshots. And we'll be adding this to our game list, our ongoing list of games we've completed on stream. Tomorrow I might do a stream, probably in the Discord only, and Sunday I will be taking off this Sunday in terms of streaming. But I'll probably be back on Monday, usually at 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific is when I stream. Every day. On Wednesdays and Thursdays I stream during the day. And here we go. Down Loops, level 64. And Oiho Amano. Both named by Zombie Paper, one of our mods. Pokedex rating. Good, you're trying hard. Get an item finder for my aid. I got one already. I had one. I didn't find a single thing using it. I found it on my own. Let's go. Stick around, we're going to raid someone. Again, big thanks to those who have been following and subscribing on Twitter, on Twitch, and on YouTube. All my streams are up on YouTube. And thank you again to Team Wildwood, Saber_544, Prismatic Rhythm, and Amunet Sokti for the recent raids. We are going to raid our good friends at Squidville Live, who are playing some Persona. Andy and Dylan. So stick around for that. That's it, folks. We did it. Well, I will see you in the next playthrough. I'll see you in the Discord. I'll see you on Monday around 5 p.m. Pacific, or in some casual Discord streams over the weekend. And I will see you in Squidville Live's chat. Take care, everyone. Thanks again.